Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode where I am going to dive into the importance of finding your niche as a coach and a consultant. I'm Denise Milianta, your guide on this journey to stand out in a crowded market and make a real impact. Whether you're just starting or looking to refine your focus, this episode is packed with insights to help you thrive. And as usual, I will sprinkle in some biblical wisdom and a bit of wit to keep things lively. Now, I just want to back up and say, you may have noticed that I did not release an episode last week. My big sister lost her battle to cancer, and within 6 months of my mom's passing, the impact of this second huge loss in my life is unexplainable. So I have request that you would please pray for my sister's family, especially for her husband and 5 boys, as well as me and my sister and all of my deceased sisters, nieces, extended family, and friends. When I started this podcast, I made a promise to the Lord that I would release an episode consistently every week for 52 continuous weeks. I broke that promise last week because the grief was too much to bear, and I just simply couldn't get myself to do anything. So please pray for me as well. Hey Coach, welcome back to the Coach by God Entrepreneur Show. I'm Denise Milianta, self-proclaimed mama bear of the coaching industry, certified professional coach, mentor, consultant, tech trainer, and a faith-fueled business maven with a knack for turning chaos into gold. If you are ready to leverage your hard-earned coaching certification, get clarity, create ripples in the marketplace, build a business that glorifies God, and make money, this podcast is for you. You can find out more and connect with me over at denisemilianta.coach. Ready to dig into today's show? Get ready for a dash of sass, a sprinkle of wit, a dose of wisdom, and a whole lot of no-nonsense strategies that will transform your life and your business. Let's go. Okay, welcome back. In today's episode, I will share 3 things with you: why finding your niche matters, building your brand around your niche, and practical steps to get started. So I want to kick things off with a little scripture. Proverbs 18, verse 16 says, "A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before the great." Finding your niche is all about discovering and utilizing those gifts God has given you to make an impact. So this is specifically what I believe is why finding your niche really matters. And I want you to think of it like this. In a sea of coaches, you want to be that shiny lighthouse guiding clients to safe harbor. Your niche helps you stand out. It helps build authority, and it's also going to create a deeper, more meaningful client relationship. So you need to understand what your unique strengths are. A lot of people, when they first come to me, new coaches and consultants, they always ask me, how do you find the right niche? I want to say that start with understanding your unique strengths. Self-assessment is key. A lot of Christians, they don't like to do anything that's, around the self, right? But we really have to. We have to reflect on our experiences, our skills, and our passions. Ask yourself what makes you lose track of time because you love it so much. I always have my clients take a spiritual gifts assessment, and I want to encourage you to do the same. I usually direct my clients over to churchgrowth.org, or you can take my quiz also, which will help you understand and discover what your dominant coaching style. So these 2 tools go hand in hand. If you want, you can go back and listen to episode 3 and episode 21. I highly recommend it. Don't just take your own word for it, because Proverbs 27:17 reminds us that as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. So when we use this scripture in our businesses, we implement this by getting feedback from colleagues and friends or even previous clients, right? They're going to help shed some light on strengths that you might overlook. You might even want to just reach out to some of the folks that you're friendly with on social media and ask them, what do you think my strongest strengths are? What do you see in me? And you want to research your market needs. Now, there's this common belief that as Christian entrepreneurs, we have no competition, right? If God has appointed you, he will anoint you. And I do believe that. But we also, are tasked with being wise, right? So I want to encourage you to research what your market is looking for. Stay updated on industry trends and understand what your clients' pain points are. Get their direct insights through surveys and interviews. Do a poll on social media. This will help you align your strengths with what people are actually looking for. And then you can actually test your niche, right? Now, this is key because so many of my clients, the first thing we do as soon as we get started, right out of that gate, we decide and narrow down on the niche. But a lot of coaches and consultants, they panic over that a little bit, right? They're afraid that if they pick this one niche, that they're going to lose out, right? They're going to lose out on helping other people. They're going to lose out on income. So I want to encourage you to pick a niche. Actually, you know what? I'm going to retract that. Do not pick your niche. Let your niche pick you. And you do that by taking a spiritual gifts assessment. I also offer a purpose puzzle. I've done a whole episode on that. So go look that up and download the purpose puzzle exercise, because your niche will choose you, right? And once you identify maybe 1, 2, or 3 potential niches, you want to test them out. But you have to start with one. If you start with all of them, you're going to be all over the page. Nobody's going to understand what it is you do, who you serve, because you're going to be flip-flopping from one niche to the next. Pilot programs and beta testing are fantastic ways to gather feedback and then make necessary adjustment. And remember, it is okay to pivot. Rome was not built in a day, and neither is your coaching empire. But I will emphasize the fact that do not pivot unless you've tried it for at least 90 days. Okay, that's my key takeaway for you today. And then build your brand around your niche. I think this is crucial because you do need to craft a compelling message. You want to develop a strong online presence, and then you want to utilize social media to reach your audience, especially if you're doing organic marketing. Consistency is the key here. Consistent. People should recognize your brand and what you stand for at a glance. Now, this isn't going to happen with 1 week of consistency. This is going to happen over a period of time. I have a mentor who says it's always 90 days to data. 90 days to data. So if you don't try something for at least 90 days, you have no data to decide whether or not that's actually working for you. So it's 90 days to data. And then create content for your niche, right? You want to create content that that speaks directly to your niche. And, I have clients that do this through blog posts. They do it through podcasting. Some do it through videos. Some do it through webinars, challenges. There's more than one strategy. They all work. You just have to find the one that works for you, because this is what's going to position you as an expert and help you connect with your audience on that deeper level. And do not discount networking and collaboration. Networking is your friend. You want to connect with other professionals, attend online industry events, in person too, if you're able to. Leverage partnerships, right? Remember Ecclesiastes 4 verse 9, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labor. Now, collaboration can open doors that you might never have imagined. And then overcoming challenges. Of course, There's going to be challenges. You have to expect them. Competition, niche saturation, staying motivated. These are all part of the journey. Stay focused on your unique strengths, keep learning, and adapt as needed, right? Philippians 4:13 tells us that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. So keep that in mind when the going gets tough. And listen, it's going to get tough. I promise you that. There's no easy button and there is no overnight success. Okay, I'm going to give you some practical steps to get started. I want you to identify your strengths and research your market needs. Go do the purpose puzzle, take a spiritual gifts assessment, and you'll get a bird's eye view of everything that's already in your hand, okay? You're going to set some realistic goals, track your progress, and always celebrate your milestones. This is so important. Remember also, it's a marathon, my friends. It's not a sprint, okay? All right, so to wrap this up, finding your niche as a coach or a consultant is about aligning your God-given strengths, gifts, talents with market needs, building a brand that stands out, and continually adapting to stay relevant. As it says in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." So if you're just starting out or you're looking to niche down or you need a little more clarity, I invite you to join my $47 clarity course for coaches and consultants. You can get more information about that on my website, DeniseMilianta.coach. This mini course is going to give you the clarity and confidence and direction you need to narrow down and become an expert. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review, share it with someone who you think might benefit. And until next week, keep shining your light and making a difference. Keep being amazing. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Coach by God Entrepreneur. If this blessed you, please hit the subscribe button and leave me a review. I would be truly blessed if you shared this podcast with another coach. And remember, success in coaching is not just about what you achieve, but who you become in the process. Tune in for more insights and actionable strategies in my upcoming episodes. Stay connected, stay inspired, and let God lead the way to your coaching greatness.